All right, Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Brothers like foreigners for the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. It says hell was broken loose in war, burning or burning alliances down. All right. I had to say this because fair use, fair use. I'm going to use this is from the Midas touch. I'm just using this for educational purposes only. And this the things that about to explain, what he's about to explain is prophetic. See, unbeknownst to people may think, a lot of people know this is what's happening is the end times, but a lot of people don't understand that prophecies are being fulfilled. All right. And this is how you get a lot of Christians. This is how you get a lot of people. A lot of people, they'll sit there and cry about it, hurt about it, confused about it, but they don't understand the main thing, prophecy. And the main thing that is prophecy would tell you everything that's happening not happening by accident. It's not happening because this guy have dementia. That's part of it, right? That's just part of it. The main thing is prophecy. So I'm gonna let him play. You have fair use, fair use. Like I said, the Middle East quite literally on fire right now, and Donald Trump's out there posting, congratulations, everybody. This is a real post that Donald Trump made. We did it. Iran has surrendered. They've said thank you to me, and I've said you're welcome to them, and I am. So he's basically saying, like we all know, he has dementia, he's a schizophrenic, he's a lunatic, he's a psychopath, everything. Egotistical, narcissistic. They'll use all these terminologies. The man's he's just a demon. Pride is oozing out of these people. All right. Happy that they've surrendered. It's the first time in 1,000 years that anyone's got Iran to surrender. Iran hasn't surrendered. What in the world are you? Because he's delusional. The president of the United States, the president of the free world, is delusional. All right. The party just started. the party just started. We just started. How you gonna say the shit is over? This is the same shit that they did during the Iraqi war. All right, 2003. I believe it was the USS Enterprise. It was Bush that went to USS Enterprise in the background in a what do you call a banister? No. They put down in big bold letters, mission accomplished. I'm like, what? The war is over? So this guy, out of his mind, automatically, after he dropped a little bit of bombs, just a little bit, saying that these people gave up. They surrender. And he said he wanted total surrender. He's being sporadic. He's being emotional. He's being everything. He want to respond to every little thing that's going on. But check this out, though. Talking about, in fact, you've radicalized people in Iran against the United States more than ever before. You have Donald Trump also making posts attacking the United Kingdom right now, attacking the UK. Here's what Donald Trump posted. And the UK consists of England, which is Britain, Scotland, and Ireland. That's why it's called the United Kingdom. And England is America's mammy, per se. All right. And he's already talking shit to their mammy. The United Kingdom, our once great ally, maybe the greatest of them all, is finally giving serious thought to sending 2 aircraft carriers to the Middle East. That's okay, Prime Minister Starmer. We don't need them any longer, but we will remember We don't need people that join wars after we've already won. Donald J. Trump, what do you mean after we've already won? Why are you attacking the UK? Why would you reject the support from them even though they're not giving it? Why were you pretending they want to give it? But if they were going to give it, why would you mock them publicly? So then, after bashing the United Kingdom, Donald Trump, late on Saturday night, called the journalist Robert Costa, who asked Donald Trump if he would like to see more U.S. allies get involved and help the United States at this juncture, to which Donald Trump told Costa, quote, "I couldn't care less. They can do whatever they want. The loyal ones are already in." Trump's comments came hours after Donald Trump noted on Truth Social that the United Kingdom had readied aircraft carriers for possible deployment in the Middle East. Trump wrote in his post that those carriers would not be needed, rebuking Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who is characterized by Trump as acting too slow to help the United States use British bases in the Middle East as it launched the U.S.-Israeli strikes. Trump told CBS News on Saturday night that the possibility of the British sending aircraft carriers was late and unnecessary as a gesture. Quote, "It's a little bit late to be sending ships, right? A little bit late," Donald Trump said. And he emphasized, "I could not care less if any of our allies help us. I could not care less."
Can you believe the shit that this man say? For all you people out there, you should be shaking in your fucking boots. You should be shaking in your goddamn boots. Those that believe in this United Kingdom, this NATO slash America alliance, he has just made it harder. He made it a lot easier for the final judgment to take place. Okay? He made it a lot simpler by distancing himself from others. And then wants to play the victim later down the line. So yeah, this man has set this alliance the worst possible outcome. All right? That's why the scripture says, I ain't gonna make this too long. Because you could clearly see it just by how it is. And he's disturbed by it because he was foretold that this NATO EU and American alliance, it was ironclad. It ain't looking so strong now, is it? Revelation 17:6, it said 16, sorry. Matter of fact, 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are the peoples and multitude and nations and tongues. So right now, I'm currently watching a film. I guess it's taking place in when the majority of immigrants came to America, and pretty much it's showing how, I don't know where they came from, but majority of the women was whores. All right, New York has a thing of, it is the migrant city, always been and always shall be. So all nations fled whatever countries they came to be here in America. All right. And when they came here to be in America, for whatever reason they thought in their mind it was coming here. They came here, they had their children here and so forth, and it was always a open door. That's why you have the Statue of Liberty. Statue of Liberty is supposed to represent that, right? Which it was a French Freemason sending to America, which was just a way of fulfilling this particular scripture. So the waters represent the peoples, all right, all different variations of peoples here, and the whole that sitteth upon it, all right. And when this guy, Nero 47, with the whole thing of making America great again, which is an enchantment, okay, which is witchcraft. He was trying to bring it back. If you're going to bring something back to his natural state, then that means that it has been lost. So America has been lost for a long time. It says in the 10 horrors, I mean, the 10 horrors, the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. So the ten horns represent what? NATO, all right? And they are beginning to hate America. The scripture says, let me get this real quick. So we could clearly see with our eyes, hear with our, that what's going to happen, it was meant to happen. Actually, I went to this wrong one first, but you know what? Since I'm talking about it, Jeremiah 50, I believe it's 8. Jeremiah 50 and 12, it says, your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. So right now, the offspring of that bitch, because America is the offshoot of one of the sevens. Okay, when you go into Daniel, and it speaks of seven, and then the eighth came out of it. That was talking about America. So you were nothing but an offspring of Great Britain. Okay, now if you believe, what's the name, Pete Hegseth, he said, I don't speak. He probably said, I don't speak English. I speak American. That's just talking shit because he said that about when the other clown. I believe he himself. He got to be an Edomite. The cosplaying of a Cuban. All right. I believe in his bloodline. He was probably a Spaniard. But anyway, and he was speaking in Spanish, and Trump went after him. Was like, does he speak good Spanish as he speak good English? And then Pete Hegseth came right after him and said, Mr. President, I speak American. You know? So this is that pride, man. Is that fucking pride. It says, your mother shall be so confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the uttermost of the nations shall be a wilderness and a dry land and a desert. So this is the uttermost part of the world, America. This is why America could make wars all over the fucking world and not be affected by it. They make war in the Middle East. All the neighboring countries is going to be affected by it, and Europe is going to be affected by it. But America is isolated. So the Lord is making this a, he's going to make this a desert. All right? A mother effing desert. And the water Yahweh Shem Yahushai for that. So, but once again, it says, Revelation 17 and 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate. So even this place own mama, all right, is gonna turn on this bitch. And he's the perfect reason to turn on. Because what's happening right now at this moment, all this war, they're already talking about how Europe is going to be completely affected by it. They're about to lose power because they need oil. They're not. You kill two forms of alliances for oil. One, Russia. You cut that off. Now, Iran, who cut off what? The Straits of Hormuz. So there's no oil going to Europe. This is why they wanted Venezuela, but that oil is not per se what they need. All right. So the European nations is going to hate this bitch. And they're going to have to make a tough choice, which the choice is going to be taken out their hand. All right. But that feeling is there. he was talking shit about Spain. All right, and how Spain, they didn't want to do no trades with Spain because Spain didn't want to cooperate. The Spain didn't want no U.S. military to be in their land. And he said, and then he started talking shit about them. This guy is sick. All right, because the spirit of the Lord is showing the world the top representation what they really represent. They represent themselves, and they're doing the bidding of Israel. All right, those Israelis, which are nothing but Edomites, cosplaying to be Israel. Okay, it says, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And that's the destiny. I'm gonna let this thing finish off, and then that's it. Because you could clearly see this guy's he's losing it.
And he emphasized, I could not care less if any of our allies help us. I could not care less. Also, Donald Trump, in this late night interview on Saturday with CBS News and Robert Casa, dismissed threats from Iran's top national security official, Ali Larijani, who said that Trump must pay the price for killing the Ayatollah and for all of these other strikes the U.S. is engaged in. Donald Trump told CBS, quote, I have no idea what he, referring to Ali Larijani, I have no clue what he's talking about, who he is. I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less, Trump said. He's already been defeated. He intended to take over the Middle East, and he's conceded and surrendered to all of those countries because of me, Donald Trump said Saturday night. He's already...
I gotta just clearly see him. He's like, because of me, like, that pride. That pride is just, whoo-wee. That is a motherfucker. Pride is a motherfucker. Holy shit. Especially if you got power like this. Oh my goodness. It says, how earth and ash, why is earth and ash, or ash and earth, or earth and ash, proud? Why is this guy so fucking proud? But he is the representation. The last president, a decayed mummy, shitting on himself. He had dementia. He don't know he's talking to ghosts and other shit. And now you got this egotistical. So these are the representation of America. This space is fucking through. Let it play a little bit more.
Surrender to all of the Middle Eastern countries because he was trying to take over the entire Middle East. That's why all of those rockets were long ago aimed at those countries. He had that plan long before this started. I mean, concerning Donald Trump does not even know who Larijani is.
And he's clearly out of his mind. All right. He's not a double. He's just clearly out of his mind. Them demons are, whew, they're having a field day with that guy. You know what I'm saying? In reality, they are. This is their nature. This is their who they are. All right. We ended off on this. Scripture says Obadiah 7:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border, which is obviously Israel dragged out America, dragged them to this war that's going to take, this war of nutrition is going to take a long time, all right? With the outcome, right now, we about to fill the gas, about to skyrocket. Brothers are paying attention. Tomorrow, not going to look good. It's going to like over $100 a barrel, sorry. So, shit about to hit the fan, yo. It says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread laid a wound under thee, and there's none understanding in him. So there's no understanding in these people at all. It says, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and the understanding out of Mount Esau? So the Lord is working their minds to make the dumbest mistakes that you could possibly think. And this guy is a perfect candidate to have the enemies, to have their own allies hate their guts. And when the opportunity comes, that thought gonna come into their mind, and the Lord might not the Lord might take over and make them shoot those missiles. Or the spirit is gonna like fuck this place. When Russia, all these nations shoot at America, mama's gonna have is gonna be in a hard place, literally, and she's gonna turn on you. She's like, nah, fuck this place. Lord, get rid of it. We'll start over. It's about to go down, man. It's about to go down. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.